Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Monday Show. My name's Nice Peter. This is a shirt with a tomahawk guy on it, and I'm glad that you're here. Today's Monday Show is brought to you in part by the new Epic Rap Battles of History Season 2 CD. We just got these, and we're autographing them. If you still got like a few days if you want to get one that's autographed. This is probably the most fancy-dancy piece of merchandise I've ever had. It's got, you open it, and it's got a booklet with all the words that are in it. I was very happy with the way it came out. The texture's all nice. I should also add that there's a secret somewhere in here. If you'd like to order one, I'll put a link below. I stand behind them as being an item of the highest quality. Today is Sunday as I make this video, and here in the United States, it is Father's Day. So I would like to dedicate this Monday show to my father and the teachings that he has instilled upon me. Number one, do the best that you can with what you have without complaining about it. And that, I think, came to me from my father. My father was born in Germany in 1944. His parents were Russian, but they moved them to Germany, and he was born there in 1944. That's the end of World War II in Germany. Not exactly a tourist destination at the time. So I think my grandparents had to have a very positive, optimistic attitude to get through that time, and it passed on to my father, who pretty much passed it on to me. And I'm putting that into action today by making the best of what I have as far as equipment. My fancy camera that I normally use to shoot the Monday show was not focusing properly, so I shot a whole Monday show that the focus, my face just kept going in and out of focus. It was driving me bonkers. So I unearthed, this is my old camera. It's so small, you can't see that I'm looking at this tiny little thing, and I'm so big. It was a good lesson that I learned from him, and it served me well to make the best of what you got, and not make a big fuss about it. You can't do anything about it. I can't do anything. Ooh, actually, I can. And that brings me to my second lesson. Don't be afraid to take things apart or even break them in an effort to figure out how to fix them. That was something that my dad instilled to me all my life. I never was afraid to get in there and take something apart. So my camera's not focusing. You can bet I'm gonna try and figure it out, even if it means breaking it. Things are things. You can always replace things, but you can't really replace your own knowledge and your own ability to get things fixed. It's amazing. Most big, fancy pieces of electrical equipment, if they're not working, it's usually a tiny fuse this big with a little tiny strip of metal, and that's the only thing that's not working. So you can get these nice electrical things that people think aren't working, and you can fix them. And it makes you feel like a personal superhero when you fix things. The third lesson instilled into me by my father is to not be afraid to try new things and ask questions. It's the only way you can learn, and that's the only way you can stretch yourself. So last week, I tried a new thing that involved asking questions, and I'm gonna try it again in this week's edition of Ask a Giraffe. 1, 2, 3, 4! Ask a Giraffe! Dear Giraffe, Andrew sent me a tweet with the hashtag Ask a Giraffe, and he would like to know, how do magnets work?
Magnets stick to metal!
No, I understand what they do. I'm asking you how they work.
Metal!
Yeah, no, I get that part.
They stick to metal!
What I'm wondering about is... You are very strange, but I like you. Another thing that my father taught me was to take care of the things that you said you were going to take care of. He was always very good about that. He never made like outlandish promises to us, but the things that he said he was going to do, he did. And the soccer practice that he said he was going to take me to, he took me to. And to us as a family, he provided for us in a good way. And an honest, like, we didn't have a bunch of everything, you know, we weren't spoiled people, I don't think. But when it came to things like musical instruments or things that I really needed, he was always there for us. So that kind of stuck in me, that if you're supposed to take care of something, you gotta take care of it. So lately, I've been taking care of a small little rescue dog named Charlie, and it's time to spend a moment with him in this week's edition of A Moment with Charlie.
Charlie, that's Charlie, Charlie dog. He sleeps and poops. Charlie, that's Charlie, Charlie dog.
He does do more than sleep and poop. He also cuddles and eats things. The final and perhaps most important lesson instilled to me by my father was the beauty and the magic and the treasure of thrift stores. Garage sales, flea markets, roadside shops, anything that sells things that aren't new. That was something my dad always taught me, and in fact, I just called him to make sure it was okay that I did this, and he asked me specifically to mention thrift stores. Thrift stores, to me, are full of treasure. And in my goal to live my life as much like a pirate as possible, I seek treasure and the opportunities of booty wherever they lay. Let's take a look at something I grabbed at a thrift store.
This freaking sword!
The thing about garage sales that I think is so magical is that you just never know what you're going to find. When you go into a Walmart, you pretty much know what you're going to find. When you go into a Best Buy, you've got a pretty loose idea of what you're going to find. Now let me ask you, are you going to find this at your local Target? Are you going to find Speedy Pumpernickel in the Intergalactic Space Rangers? No. You're not going to. You're only going to find that at this weird roadside boutique that I found on Washington Boulevard. Before I go, my father also taught me to learn from the people around you, and I learned a lot of things from you out there. I asked you to help me deal with how to show more viewer mail of some sort on the show, and you came back with some really good ideas. One of them was to just show a montage of it in the outro song, and I thought that was a really good idea. So I leave you now with a song that I wrote about thrift stores, and a bunch of viewer mail that I've pulled out of the archives, and best wishes to you and any fathers or people with fathers or grandfathers or grandsons or moms even. Happy Father's Day. See you next Monday. Bye.
I bought a lot of records at the thrift store. I also bought this shield at the thrift store. I wanna go to medieval times. I never been to medieval times. I wanna go watch knights beat the crap out of each other while I eat a turkey leg. Oh, I got a shield, baby, don't you worry. I'll protect you from the air and joust hitting your face. Yeah. Oh, you never know what you're gonna find at the thrift store of medieval time. So you might as well go. What's to lose? You might as well go. What's to lose? You might as well go. What's to lose? You might as well go. What's to lose?